What if I told you that the secret to restoring strong, lasting erections after 60 is already inside your body? No pills, no devices, no gimmicks. Just a natural switch waiting to be flipped by your own two hands. I know that sounds surprising. But after helping thousands of older men reclaim their confidence, I've seen this work again and again. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how. There are 3 hidden points on your body, yes, just 3, that can awaken arousal, boost blood flow, and help you feel more alive, more connected, and more like yourself again. It only takes a few seconds. And the best part, you can do it right in your bedroom, with no one else even knowing. But hold on before we begin. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications if you care about your health and vitality. Because here we speak the truth that no one else dares to say out loud. And I want to know you're really here with me. If this is something you've been waiting to hear, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Either way, your voice matters. And this conversation could be the turning point you've been searching for. Now let's dive into why tapping works and how it might just change the way you experience intimacy for the rest of your life. When I first heard about tapping as a way to support sexual health in older men, I'll be honest, I was skeptical. As a doctor trained in Western medicine, I was taught to look at blood tests, prescriptions, and hormone levels. But over the years, I started listening more closely to my patients. Many of them weren't just looking for medication. They were searching for something deeper, something that felt natural, easy, and in tune with their bodies. And what I discovered through research and experience was something remarkable. Not every solution comes in a bottle. In fact, some of the most effective solutions are already inside you waiting to be activated. See, your body is hardwired for intimacy. But as we age, that wiring can get a little worn out. Blood doesn't flow as easily, nerves can dull, stress becomes heavier, and you start to wonder, maybe this is just the new normal. But it doesn't have to be. That's where tapping comes in. This isn't some mystical practice or random trick. It's a technique rooted in both ancient Eastern traditions and modern neuroscience. When you apply gentle rhythmic pressure to specific points on your body, what we call acupressure points, you're doing more than just touching the skin. You're sending signals deep into your nervous system. And those signals do something powerful. They activate what's known as the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body that tells you it's safe, calm, and time to open up. Why is this important? Because sexual function doesn't happen in stress mode. Erections don't come when your mind is racing and your body's tense. They happen when you feel relaxed, centered, and fully present. That's the key. Tapping isn't about forcing your body to perform. It's about inviting it to return to its natural rhythm, to move from tension to openness, from hesitation to readiness. I've seen men who were convinced they were too far gone start to feel the difference after just a few sessions. Not because their testosterone spiked overnight, but because they finally gave their bodies permission to feel again, to respond again, to be alive again. And that's what tapping can do for you. It's not magic, it's biology. And it's time to show you exactly where to begin. Ready to learn? The first point. Let's move on to the next section. Let's begin with one of the most powerful points for sexual vitality, CV6, also known as the sea of energy. This point sits quietly just a couple of finger widths below your belly button. It may look like nothing special from the outside, but trust me, what happens here can be life-changing. I remember the first time I showed this point to a patient. He was in his early 70s, sitting across from me with doubt in his eyes and years of disappointment in his posture. "You mean I just tap here?" he asked, pointing just below his navel. "That's it," I said. And that simple act, tapping that spot gently, was the beginning of something deeply personal for him. CV6 has been used for centuries in Eastern medicine to awaken what's often called life force energy. And now modern science is confirming what those ancient healers knew: this area is rich with pelvic nerves and blood vessels directly linked to sexual function. When you stimulate this point softly and intentionally, you're sending a wave of awareness and circulation to your core. You're loosening the tension that's been sitting in your lower abdomen sometimes for decades. And you're giving your body a chance to remember how to respond, how to feel, how to be ready. But it's not just physical. This part of the body also holds a lot of emotional weight for many men. Years of frustration, embarrassment, maybe even shame. I've seen men who haven't felt confident in years finally reconnect with a part of themselves they thought was lost. And it starts here, right below the belly button. Now when you tap, don't rush. Don't treat it like a checklist. Take a slow, deep breath. Tap gently, but with purpose. Visualize the warmth building inside you. Imagine the blood beginning to move, the energy beginning to rise. It's not about performance, it's about presence. And when you do this for about a minute, you may start to feel something shift. A subtle tingling, a soft heat in your lower belly. That's your body responding. That's the sea of energy awakening. So tonight, or whenever feels right, take a quiet moment to try it. Because this point, it's not just about erections. It's about reclaiming connection with yourself. And when that connection is restored, everything else begins to change. Now let's explore the second point, the one that helps calm your mind and dissolve the anxiety that often interrupts intimacy. Let's move to the second powerful pressure point, K1, also known as the bubbling spring. This point is found on the sole of your foot, right in the dip between the ball of your foot and the base of your toes. You might be thinking, what does my foot have to do with intimacy? But trust me, this one's a game changer. K1 is the first point on the kidney meridian in traditional Chinese medicine. And the kidneys, they're considered the powerhouse of life energy. In ancient healing systems, they govern your drive, your stamina, your inner fire. And K1 is where that fire starts to rise. When you stimulate K1, you're doing more than waking up nerves in your feet. You're grounding yourself. You're activating a channel that moves stress downward, away from your chest, away from your head, and back into the earth. I've seen men use this point before a romantic evening, or even just when they're feeling overwhelmed. One man told me, "When I tap this point, I stop overthinking. I feel calm, I feel here." And that's exactly the purpose of K1. It pulls you back to the present moment. Think about it. How often do our minds sabotage our bodies? How often does anxiety creep in and shut everything down? K1 gently interrupts that pattern. It tells the nervous system, you're safe now. And when your body believes that message blood begins to flow, muscles begin to loosen, and arousal becomes possible, not forced. Here's how to try it. Sit in a chair or on your bed. Bring one foot up so you can reach the sole easily. Using your thumb or 2 fingers, begin tapping the soft hollow just under the ball of your foot. Do it gently, but with awareness. As you tap, take slow breaths. Feel the connection between your foot and the ground. Feel your breath deepen. And imagine all the noise in your head slowly quieting. You can even try it with both feet, alternating back and forth, like you're tuning into a rhythm your body remembers, but may have forgotten. It only takes about a minute. But what it gives you: clarity, calm, grounded presence that can change your entire experience, both emotionally and physically. K1 reminds us that great intimacy doesn't come from tension. It comes from peace, from letting go. So next time your thoughts begin to spin, or you feel performance pressure building pause, go back to your feet, back to the bubbling spring. Now, let's unlock the third point, the one that clears your mind and restores confidence where it matters most. Let's move to point 3, GV20, also known as the 100 meetings, or the crown point. It sits right at the top of your head in the very center, where a line drawn from ear to ear crosses another from the front to the back of your skull. Now, at first, this might seem like an odd place to tap if your goal is better intimacy. But here's where it gets interesting. GV20 isn't about arousal directly. It's about clearing the fog that blocks it. In traditional Chinese medicine, GV20 is one of the most spiritually significant points in the body. It's where thoughts settle, where energy gathers, and where clarity begins. When you stimulate this point, you're giving your mind permission to let go of performance, anxiety, self-doubt, and all the mental chatter that can sabotage intimacy before it even begins. Think about how many times intimacy becomes more about what's going on in your head than what's happening in your body. You start thinking, am I doing this right? What if I don't feel anything? What if I disappoint them or myself? And just like that, the moment slips away. GV20 is your way back. When you tap here, you're shifting your nervous system out of fight or flight and into rest and receive. And that's the state where real connection, emotional and physical, can actually take root. Here's how to activate GV20. Sit quietly in a chair or lie down in bed. Place your index and middle finger gently on the top of your head at the crown. Begin tapping slowly with gentle pressure. You don't need to press hard, just a steady rhythmic touch. As you do, take slow, full breaths. With each breath out, imagine tension leaving your face, your jaw, your neck. Let your shoulders drop. Let your mind soften. You might feel warmth, tingling, or even a strange sense of lightness. That's the energy shifting. That's GV20 doing its job. Some people report feeling more focused. Others feel deeply relaxed. But nearly everyone feels a sense of reset, like they've returned to themselves. And that is the key, because great intimacy doesn't start in the body. It starts in the mind. A calm, clear, and confident mind. When you tap GV20, you're reminding yourself that you're enough, you're present, and you're worthy of pleasure and connection. So the next time your head gets in the way of your heart, come back to the top. Tap, breathe, and return to center. Now that we've unlocked 3 powerful pressure points, let's bring it all together in a simple, powerful way. This is your 3-minute routine, the practice that connects everything we've covered so far into one smooth, flowing sequence you can use every day. Whether you're starting your morning preparing for intimacy or just resetting your body and mind, this is your tool. And it's only 3 minutes. Here's how it works. Start by finding a quiet space, somewhere you can sit or lie down without distractions. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. Let your shoulders relax. Let your face soften. Now bring your fingers to CV6, just below your navel. This is your sea of energy. With both hands, gently tap in small, steady rhythms. Breathe deeply. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. As you tap, visualize warmth spreading through your abdomen. Feel your center waking up, your core muscles re-engaging, your lower body recharging. Do this for 1 full minute. Then move up to GV20, the crown of your head. This is your clarity point. tap softly with your fingertips. Not too hard, just enough to feel a light pulsing sensation. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, imagine all your racing thoughts slowing down, like leaves drifting on water. Feel the fog lift, the pressure ease. Let your mind become quiet, steady, open. Tap here for another full minute. And now bring your focus to your third point, whether that's the lower back, your ankles, or your inner thighs, depending on the routine you're following. Let's say it's the ankle point for circulation. Gently tap or massage with slow, even pressure. With each breath, feel your blood moving, energy awakening, connection being restored. Again, 1 full minute. Now sit in stillness. Let your hands rest in your lap or at your sides. Breathe naturally. Notice the subtle shifts, the warmth in your core, the lightness in your head, the tingling or calm in your limbs. You've just completed a powerful full-body reset. 3 minutes, 3 points, 1 new you. And the more consistently you do this, the more impact you'll feel. Emotionally, physically, even spiritually. It's not magic. It's biology focus and presence working together. You don't need hours, or expensive tools, or perfect conditions. Just your fingertips and a few minutes of your time. That's the beauty of this routine. It's yours, anywhere, anytime. So, are you ready to feel stronger, calmer, and more alive starting today? If you'd like to keep going, let me know. 7 days. That's all it takes to start noticing a real difference. Not in some vague, imaginary way, but in your body, your energy, and your outlook. By the end of the first week, most people report something surprising. It's not just that they feel better physically, though that does happen. It's that they feel more in tune with themselves, more present, more alive. Let's talk about what that looks like. First, there's a noticeable improvement in circulation. You may feel warmer, especially in your hands, feet, and lower body. That's a sign your blood vessels are opening up. Your energy is flowing better. Men often say their spark is coming back. Morning arousals that had faded return. Sensitivity improves, and confidence starts to rise, not because of something someone else said, but because of what you feel inside. Then there's the change in mental clarity. After 7 days of tapping key points, especially GV20, you'll likely notice your thoughts aren't as scattered. You're calmer. You can focus longer. You feel more steady, even when life throws you curveballs. Sleep often improves, too. The nervous system begins to shift from constant stress into deeper rest. That means falling asleep faster, staying asleep longer, and waking up feeling a little more refreshed, even if you haven't changed anything else in your routine. Another unexpected benefit: a sense of emotional grounding. This simple practice is more than a physical reset. It reconnects you to something deeper. People say they feel less anxious, less reactive, more in control. Some describe it as a return to themselves, a version of who they used to be before life got loud, or hard, or complicated. And if that sounds too good to be true, just try it. You don't need to believe in energy, or pressure points, or ancient traditions. All you need is curiosity and consistency, because after 7 days, something starts to shift. Not because of magic, but because of biology. Your nervous system remembers, your circulation adapts, your mind recenters, and your confidence rebuilds itself day by day. You may not notice all the changes at once, but trust this, your body is listening. And if you keep going, the results only grow. So the question now is, are you ready for what happens after 14 days? So now you've seen how something as simple as tapping can unlock blood flow, clarity, and confidence without a single pill prescription or side effect. This isn't just another internet trend. It's a real, time-tested practice that speaks directly to your body's own healing intelligence. And if you've made it this far, you're clearly someone who cares about living fully, not just existing. So here's what I want you to do next. If this video helped you even just a little, drop a comment below. Tell us what resonated, what you're going to try, or even what doubts you still have. This community is built for real people just like you who want real answers. And if you want more content like this, that goes beyond quick fixes and gets to the heart of what really works. Hit that subscribe button. Because every week we dive into tools, insights, and habits that can make your next chapter your best chapter. No fluff, no hype, just honest, practical help for men and women over 60 who are ready to take their power back. So go ahead, subscribe, turn on the bell, and don't forget to share this with someone you care about. Because we all deserve to feel strong. We all deserve to feel seen. And most of all, we all deserve to feel alive again. I'll see you in the next one.